Good day, everyone. Today I'm going to explain the application of weather map analysis. Have you ever checked the weather map before leaving your house? Or maybe you've seen a weather map online or in television. I'm going to show you why weather map analysis is actually way more important and useful than we sometimes realize. So before we dive deeper, let's have a quick recall about the previous topic that has been tackled about the weather map. So what are the key elements of a weather map? So first, we have the isobars. So isobars are lines that connect areas with the same atmospheric pressure. If you see them close together, it means it has actually a strong wind. Then next, fronts. They show where two different air masses meet, and there are four different types of fronts: the cold fronts, warm fronts, stationary fronts, and occluded fronts. Then we have the temperature zone. Areas grouped together because they share similar temperature. Next, the precipitation symbols. Pictures that indicates if it's raining, snowing, or other form of precipitation. And lastly, the wind direction and speed. It usually shown with arrows and barbs, which they help us see which way the wind is blowing and how strong it is. By the end of this lesson, students will able to explain the different elements shown on a weather map and describe their importance. Demonstrate safety measures or preparedness actions based on the analysis of an approaching weather disturbance shown on a weather map. And lastly, explain how weather map analysis is used in everyday life. So first, what exactly is weather map analysis? A weather map analysis is the study of weather maps to understand and predict atmospheric conditions. It involves reading symbols and contour lines like isobars and isotherms to identify weather systems and forecast future patterns. So basically, reading all of those weather symbol lines and colors to figure out what's happening in the atmosphere and what's going to happen next. Meteorologists and even us can use it to make smart predictions about the weather. So these are the importance of why do we need to study weather maps. First, they help with accurate forecasting. They predict daily weather conditions and potential extreme weather events. Second, it's all about smart decision, supporting planning and preparation in various industries such as agriculture, aviation, and emergency management. The third one is they protect public safety, providing early warnings for severe weather events, saving lives, and reducing damage. And finally, they're crucial for spotting extreme weather events early. For like example, typhoons, storms, drought, heat waves, and so much more. So in the real life application, weather map impacts many aspects of daily life, work, and safety. Here are some real world application where interpreting weather maps is essential. So the first one is public safety and disaster response. Emergency responders use weather map to track severe weather events like typhoons, floods, and heat waves. Authorities can issue early warnings and evacuations, minimizing injuries and damage. So when there's a typhoon or a flood coming, weather maps help emergency teams warn people earlier. They can plan evacuation, send alerts, and most importantly, they save lives. Without proper map analysis, a lot of people would be caught unprepared. The second one is agriculture. Farmers use weather maps to decide when to plant or harvest and how to protect crops from storms, frost, or drought. Knowing about upcoming rain or dry periods helps with irrigation planning and pest control. So imagine being a farmer and suddenly it floods, but you didn't expect it. That's why farmers depend on weather maps to plan planting, watering, and harvesting. So the third one is travel and transportation. Airlines use weather maps to plan safe flight routes and avoid turbulence or storms. Shipping companies monitor sea weather patterns to steer away from rough seas. Road transportation benefits from forecasts to prepare for fog, snow, or flooding. So the fourth one is education and school planning. How do we how do school decide when to suspend classes? School use weather forecasts to cancel or reschedule classes during typhoons or extreme heat. Students and families use maps to prepare clothing or travel arrangement. So the fifth one is media and communication. Weather forecasters rely on weather maps to present clear visual reports to the public. Apps and news reports simplify complex data so everyone can understand the forecast. So every time you see a weather map reporter showing these colorful maps on TV, that's the weather map analysis. It makes it so much easier for everyone, especially the young and old, to understand what's going on with our weather. So the sixth one is outdoor events and sport. Organizers use weather maps to schedule or delay the activities like concerts, races, and festivals. Sport teams plan practices or games based on wind, temperature, and rainfall forecasts. And finally, scientific research and climate monitoring. So meteorologists and climate scientists analyze long-term map data to study patterns, track climate change, and improve future models. Scientists don't just guess about climate change. They study decades of weather maps to spot patterns, rising temperature, stronger storms, and use that information to protect our planet. So how do we actually use a weather map? So to interpret weather maps effectively, one needs to develop skills in reading symbols and patterns by understanding the meaning of various symbol lines and patterns on the map. Second, identifying weather systems, recognizing high and low pressure system, fronts, and other weather features. Next, analyzing relationships by understanding how different weather elements interact and impact each other. Lastly, predicting weather conditions, using map data to forecast future weather patterns and potential severe weather events. So by developing these skills, individuals can accurately interpret weather maps and make informed decisions. These are the values and benefits of weather map analysis. It includes, in the value, it teaches preparedness, which enables individuals and communities to prepare for weather-related events. Second, it emphasizes safety. It helps save lives and reduce damage from severe weather events. And then, it promotes responsibility to supports informed decision making and responsible actions. And then there are the practical benefits. First one, improved decision making. It informs planning and preparation in various industries, like for example for farmers, pilots, event planners, or even everyday people like us. Next, enhanced public safety provides early warnings to severe weather events to avoid accidents and have fewer emergencies. Next, economic benefits reduces losses and damage from weather-related events because weather-related can damage a lot of causes, like for example typhoons, like how they destroy buildings. And lastly, better resource allocation supports efficient allocation of resources in industry like agriculture and emergency management. So in our conclusion, weather map analysis plays a crucial role in predicting weather patterns, informed decision making, and ensuring public safety. By understanding the elements of a weather map, developing interpretation skills, and appreciating its values and beliefs, we can better prepare for a response to various weather related challenges. Effective use of weather maps can have significant impacts on various industry, communities, and individuals, ultimately contributing to a safer and more resilient society. So, in short, weather map analysis is a tool that touches every part of our lives, from the clothes we wear, to the food we eat, to the safety of our families. It all connects back to understanding what's happening in our atmosphere. And that's all for my report. Thank you.